Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris Orme and we are here once again playing more Starters Order 7. Now, not a ton of races booked right now. There's a few horses not being run, not entirely by choice, just limited opportunities. That being said, we were able to get 4 of our sort of grade 1 winners a chance to run. British Sweet Mirage, their races may come a little later. I'm not sure how many they're going to get. It depends on their distance. Higgy Forest, I'm unsure. Right now, I give a race they could have run to Cairns Alliance. So that might be the way we go. If so, Higgy might be retired. We've already retired some phenomenal horses in this save. So, it'll be interesting. One pickup, we went through some auctions, we looked at some stuff, we passed on some old horses, of course, along the way. But one we did pick up is Donnell. The sire is Comite, who we know is a decent sire. And normally runs quite well. We had Angel out of him, and Comodat, and a couple of others as well through an alternative save, or an alternative version of this save, let's say, before the crash happened. So, solid race, record. Pretty much one of the best sires, I think, in the game right now. Not without their limitations, but high on potential, and that's normally good enough for us. So when we're looking at it and we sort of see where everything lines up, you can see that on this side of things, not too much, but Comite was decent. That was enough for me to take a risk. As you can see, under 300,000, 2-year-old auction. We finally spotted someone that we knew a little bit about the lineage, and that was enough to enable me personally to take that risk, and it's paid off. I mean, it's not a great horse. There's a few things not to like immensely on it, which is very low enthusiasm again, half bars, finishing, and confidence. Like, they could all be higher. No distance adaptability, no surface adaptability, really. That's about as low as I see it in 90% of horses. But good potential, a little bit of extra speed. So, we're going to run him as a 2-year-old and see. There's a grade 3 over 5 furlongs. And I think that will fit based on what he's been running so far. So, he didn't do well in his first maiden. He was really out of the running. He was quite distressed, couldn't get anything done. They moved him down to 5 furlongs. Did okay, but weakened. And, he wasn't too far off the pace. But it was not to be. And then quite a large field here. And you can see, sort of stayed towards the back. But came up quite quickly. And finished out in style, winning by over a length. So, pretty good run in that one. So, I'm going to keep him at 5 and test him there. That's the only new addition to the stable. We're fully done on breeding, of course. We don't have anybody out in the field right now, so these 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds, they might start making their way there. The 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, either being retired or in Cairns Alliance's situation, maybe entering the breeding barn. But right now, I still feel that we've got 14 breeders. They're all quite good in terms of their stats and everything. I think every single one of them has at least 80 potential. They have some good extra speed. Their bars don't look too bad. So it doesn't matter who you look at. They've all got something to offer in terms of breeding. And it's an interesting mix of a lot of different things as you go through. But some are slightly more impressive than others. Some look a little bit sort of more unconventional. The distances are slightly different, I would say. But they're all good. And that's why we've got them all in there currently. So we've got 14. which might allow us to keep Kane's Alliance out for this season, possibly next season. But we'll figure that out as we get there. And a couple of 3-year-olds as well that might end up in the breeding barn sooner rather than later. But that's at least for the end of this season, not before. So we're going to open up with Bellmaker and BattleDat, 2 unbeaten horses this season. Now, Bellmaker has a chance to be 140 rated. BattleDat can keep impressing. Only ever sort of lost that first grade 3 before moving on to the maidens. I really like BattleDat. I'm excited to see what they can do over a mile. Like I say, a really decent set of abilities. And Bellmaker himself has had some very good runs lately in some pretty big races. So we're going to throw him back in and hope he can continue winning where our other 5-year-olds couldn't. So let's see if he can last. But we're off to Shatin. We're going to head over to Hong Kong to see if we can keep the good times rolling or if the wheels come off yet another 5-year-old. So I don't know which one's going to be first up. BattleDat it is then. The Champions Mile. Okay, so fairly low rated in this field, but not too far off the middle. Electric View. Yeah, top rated. Runs quite well, but not normally at the mile and not normally grade 1. It's going to be an interesting one there. So they're the foreign horse from the UAE. And then we've got a ton of Americans in here with a few grade 2 sprinkled in. The only domestic horse is Meriolini, who I really do like and comes from Abul Harith, who I think is an absolute beast of a stud that was retired a couple of years ago. But yeah, I quite like Meriolini. I don't think we've seen the best of them yet. So I'm going to be keeping an eye out, but I don't know. I think we're the best of the American horses. I don't really know if anyone's going to come and challenge us. MI Babe's done okay lately. Menina's a very, very good horse in very good form. But then again, so are we. And yeah, all in all, I would expect us to be there or thereabouts and hopefully winning. Hopefully winning. So let's go see them. Let's go see how this all shakes out. A couple of foreign horses, a couple of decent domestic horses. But overall, I'm going to be kind of shocked if we don't run very, very well. And that normally means that we would come in with the win. So let's see then. Decent enough start. We move towards the front behind Clone Devil and Nakshaban. We got Menina just behind us with Meriolini, Lockridge, and Coastal Passage. Captivity, Electric View, and Roller, Jack Day, and MI Babe towards the rear there. Looks like on our outside, there goes Meriolini, just ahead of 2 furlongs. And now we're just cresting ahead as we come down the home stretch. Menina just up into 3rd. Dangerous horse could come through. We're leaving Meriolini behind, though. Doesn't look like this is the race for them. We're half a furlong from home. Here comes Menina, the favourite. They're storm rolling through this one. Yeah. I'm slightly disappointed there. We kind of... Yeah. We ran really, really well. But coming to the line, we didn't have any pace. We were holding on. That sucks. I know Menina's a decent runner, but I wouldn't say that they were any better than us. It just felt like in a couple of runs, we've not quite got distance And I don't know why. A mile should suit Battle Dat. Yeah. I don't know whether I want to test 7 furlongs or not. Because I've already got 7 furlong horses at 3-year-old. And Battle Dat won over a mile. So I don't know. I really don't know. Bellamaker is agitated and warm. Great. In a very good field. Yeah. Okay. So I guess that it's going to be a bad day in Hong Kong. Sha-Tin is not going to bring us any luck. And the Audemars Piguet QE2 Cup is probably going to go to someone like Shirakti or Adam de Bolio. They're good sort of choices. Maybe even a teacher preacher here. Depends kind of what race they run. But yeah. Hopefully that agitated doesn't come into play. We're not that warm and we're already moving in and out a little bit there under no pressure. I don't like that. Energy being used up. But teacher preacher at the rear. You could be lucky. Perfect act up to Adam de Bolio with Flawless on the inside. Shirakti just in second place, being caught now by a couple of horses and maybe all going to go at the same time. Squadron still leading. Going to try and make a race of this. We're 4 abreast at the front here. All chasing down Squadron. Teacher Preacher coming in from deep. I don't know who's got this. Teacher Preacher with a very good run. Bellamaker doesn't seem to have the pace to catch up here right now. There goes Adam de Bolio. Great run from him, but Teacher Preacher's the one that takes it. Shirakti just gets up into third. And yeah, we have one of those days. We have one of those days. Like, we dwelt, we still won by a long distance. We cannot be a 7 furlong horse. And that's over Menina. And then we just get pushed out at the end. I don't know, just not a good race, I guess. Didn't run our best race. Improve up to a 123. There is that. But it's not really... It's not really anything to shout home about, is it? It's a bit poor. I don't see anything why we go wrong there. And same with Bellamaker. I think we look very good. We don't look weak anywhere. We look like we're, a pretty good horse at all sort of stages. But it really didn't come in for us. It really didn't come in for us. We're down to a 132. It's still our top-rated horse, but not by much. Not by much. Wow, that kind of hurts. Okay, so maybe Bellamaker and Higgy Forest are going to be kind of done here then. If we're starting to fall into the midfield of these races where we've had, such good form and such good wins in big races, grade ones, if we're not getting back to that, I'm probably going to end up retiring them. So, a little annoying, but that's just the way those races go sometimes as well. So we're not going to be too hasty. There's a chance that we can get back. Oh my, okay. Major Mascari was a decent horse with a few grade ones sired. Freckleface is right up there with Abdul Harith and Comate as some of my best breeding stallions. These are the biggest studs, I think, that have been in the game. And they've both sired grade ones that make it into the same auction. John Chi Who knows? Only ever bred Frankie and Anyas. Oh. Okay. You could be lucky. Decent horse. Spindletree was okay. Elusive Hawk was okay. Runs in the Family is up for grabs. And Adam DeBolio. That's a fantastic pairing. That's a fantastic pairing. I've got 180 million. And I am leaving this auction with both those horses. I'm just going to keep bidding. Wow, Frankie Fig, not even that much money. 2.3. Are we going to break? We're not even going to break 3 on this, are we? Wow. I think that's cheap for both of those. I honestly do. Okay. So Frankie out of Major Mascari. A horse I thought was pretty decent and could be a good breeder. I'll say Frankie's also running under blinkers. Interesting. Okay. 7 probably won't be amazing. Might have fallen off a bit. Let's see. Oh. That's not what I hope to see. I like Major Mascari. He's a decent sire, but it looks like there are some issues there. Looks like could be a decent jumps horse. But yeah, I honestly expected more. I expected more there. We've raced against Frankie a couple of times. We've seen Major Mascari out and about. They ran fairly well. Didn't win much between them, but I just thought there was something there. So, yeah, maybe not. Okay. So definitely don't. Yeah, definitely don't race as good as I thought they did. Obviously, not a good breeder either. So, okay, Frankie's down. But runs in the family. This, I love Freckleface and Anyas foaled Adam DeBolio. Love Freckleface. Anyas foaled Adam DeBolio. And you could be lucky. This has got to be good. I'm worried because this went quite cheap as well. I think the game knows more than it should, but looking at it, just from lineage, with 3 Group 1 wins, a 4-year-old filly with a breeding ahead of her, that price should be much higher. Much higher. I'm really worried. I'm really, really worried. Last one, a grade 1 handicap and a grade 2 this year. Grade 3 and then 2 years ago. Yeah, okay. I'm getting more worried. Runs in the family, 124 rated, looks good here. Please. I don't know. Okay, yeah, that's weird. Not what I expected. Potential seems okay, but not great. A little bit of cruising burst. Good extra speed. half a bar finish, obscenely low confidence and consistency. And I don't know. But how? How did... I mean, she's 16, so you should have her at 12. So maybe her ratings had fallen off. But in that same period, the same year, she fooled Adam DeBolio with Silver Bullet. Silver Bullet's been an okay sire, so it can't all come from Silver Bullet. Anya's has to be decent. She would have to be decent. And Freckle Face... Yeah, I mean, she was born a little later than the other grade ones, but still, he can't have fallen off that quickly, that dramatically. Could he? Yeah, I don't think I need to keep for the extra speed. Breeding barn right now, I've got Dream Cuckoo, Georgentine, Bold Cuckoo with 90. I've got Marie W with 95. You know, we don't need to keep for the extra speed. Cruising Burst is decent, but again, Alexagon, Ski Party, Safranana, Pendle Lady, they're all 50 to 60s. Potentials, every single one of them in the barn is better. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's much reason at all to keep this horse. Wow. Okay, so 2 races. And very disappointingly. And then 2 auctions. Or 1 auction buying 2 horses. One of which I would have sworn would be a great horse through that lineage. And it comes to nothing. Just... mind is blown right now. My mind is blown right now. Okay, I mean... maybe I've got something wrong. Maybe I'm... like, not adding things together correctly there, but... that does not make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, I've got 4 and then whatever's on this page. So 4 in a row. That's Sadiq. A mile 1. We got Mizurka, who looks to be 7 furlongs. Quipraland, another 7 furlongs, was laid back. An Old 100, a 6 furlong. Interesting. And then a 5 furlong. Okay. So, we are spreading those distances about. Power flows back to 7. I would expect a lot more of these now to fall into that 7 to a mile category, just because that's where we see a lot of these. 6 furlong, 7 furlong, they seem to be the two kind of favourites, but we've had a couple of sprinters. We've got one at a mile 1, so I'd expect to see more 7 furlongs of miles to kind of round up the averages. There's another 7 for Dubious. And I am dubious about these being good now. Back down to 6. It looks like we're quite short on the average sort of breeding indicators right now. It's Private Joke. A mile 1. So there's another mile 1. So maybe we're starting to see those distances change. I think only our second laid back horse as well. I don't think there was many in here. And another 5 furlong. Okay, so we might be picking up some short horses here then. Bad pace here, look. 65 speed, 55 acceleration. Yeah. I as soon as I saw this, I didn't hold up that much help, because normally that's an indicator of a horse that's not great. Acceleration, but not pace. Mind you, I'm not holding up hope for any of these, am I? Because we're just... we're a little burned out on auctions. So many Grade 1 horses we bought just haven't turned into anything at all. So many yearlings that just don't make the cut. So many 2-year-old auctions that I really think we should have, maybe have got something out of. And there's been very little out of them at all. I take some educated guesses and they're not turning out well. When I breed, it normally ends up pretty well. But the same sort of ideas and thought process go into my picking like 2-year-olds based on their lineage and the Grade 1s and seeing how they might line up, and it just doesn't come through. It just doesn't come through. I'm scared to even think how much money we spent in auctions in this save alone. So, yeah, a bunch of yearlings that just aren't any good. But when I bred to Drej, absolutely great. I'm now breeding to Janud, thinking sort of the same ways and about what they've done, what they've sired, how good I think they're going to be. And I'm going to probably get at least 5 or 6 really good foals out of this. But for some reason, that same logic isn't carrying over for me into the sales. I just can't get that to stick. So I need to do a better job and maybe rethink that. The Twin Spires Turf Sprint. Down like that should still run at 5, yes. Some excellent pace on this horse, some excellent stats on this horse. We're trying to fill out a little bit more potential, get a Grade 2, and yeah, we've always been competitive. I think that's what I like about this horse. We've always been competitive. Hidden Keel, it's going to be top weight. We're going to be low weight. We're going to be low rated, but I really don't think that matters. I do think we are good enough. So, okay, a couple of lazy horses, including Keel there and Rain Delayed. Summer Dancer a bit agitated. And so, I think we just jump in and run it. I'm a little nervous after seeing other horses I thought were in good positions just not really get the job done. But we seem to be out of the gate okay there on the inside. Rain delayed on against the fence there. We've got Summer Dancer just now behind us. And Bolsena leading out the rest with Rezwan against that hedge. We've got Hidden Keel, Mr. Muir and Signalman. Final half of furlong. Hidden Keel coming down from deep here, the grey horse. Doesn't have what it takes to catch us and reel us back in. Very nice, simple run. As soon as nobody moved up about 2 furlongs, I knew that was going to be in the bag pretty much. Very decent run. And yeah, all that I'm praying for now, that's a decent jump. That's 9 points we jump. Potential stays the same. 70 potential's okay. That's decent. 70 ability, I should say. But when it's out of 90, it bugs me. If down like that was 70 out of 70, I'd be okay. I'd actually be a lot more okay with it. I hate unfilled potential. I really do, especially when the rest of the horse looks so good. Like, we're so good here. We're so good here. We seem to have found a groove at 5 furlongs to 6 furlongs. We could probably win some Group 1s. We should win a ton of Group 1s. But we're struggling to fill that potential. We're struggling to fill that potential. Slightly annoying. That is slightly annoying. Breeders' Cup Sprint, that sounds like a fun idea. Not a race we normally go into, to be fair, so yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a sprinter again. It's been a while. Okay, Kane's Alliance runs the 1 mile, 1 furlong today. That could have gone to Higgy Forest. They're up in the Old Forester Turf Classic. They've run well this year. I've got to back them. But the one we really want is Saffron Fang Kentucky Derby. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't. Mirage, British Sweet, maybe even Battle That could have gained distance, but they didn't. But yeah, British Sweet could easily have been that horse for us. Mirage could have easily been that horse for us. I think we got the right one in, though. Saffron Fang. I believe we've got the right horse in. May 2nd, we are heading to Churchill Downs. We haven't had a great time on track. I need today to be better. If we can only win one race, it's got to be the Kentucky Derby. It's got to be. I would take top 3 in this to guarantee winning the Kentucky Derby. That being said, I again think we are amongst the best horse in this field, if not the best horse. I've been very pleasantly surprised by Kane's Alliance at 4, because we didn't see too much at 3. We kind of struggled a little bit. Now, 2-year-old, we didn't win the maiden, but we went and won the grade 3 instead. And then as a 3-year-old, we just didn't do too much. But we did start to step in towards the end of our year, which is the midpoint of the season, when we started to gain distance. But then we hit Main Chance Farms Paddock, which is a very decent graded race in South Africa, beating a good field. And at King Abdulaziz, we won the Saudi Cup against some other good horses. So I feel fairly confident in this horse. We are okay. Very sort of limited information there. Us and some secret. I could see that. I could see that. Lady Broughton's fallen off a little bit. Camera Shy Lockbar, very hit and miss anyway. 2 grade 3s we don't know. We've got to believe, right? We've got to believe. We've got to keep believing. Keep the faith. When things are falling apart, keep the faith. The 5-year-olds might just be falling off. We're 4 across at the front. Miesk, Sun, Lady Broughton, Camera Shy, and ourselves. Lockbar there, back to Some Secret on the inside, and Houston Harris on the outside. We've got Lady Broughton now falling away, pushing us up into second. We've got Camera Shy coming up the outside. Miesk, Sun still there. Lockbar starting to make a move down to the final 1.5 furlongs then. And Kane's Alliance starts heading for home. Lockbar's got a little bit more pace at this stage. Can we fight over the final furlong? Kane's Alliance not really doing much here. Half a furlong's going to take a big push. It's not going to come. A little bit of progress late on. But another disappointing race. Another disappointing race. Up to 129, but... Okay. Was not my must-win. That was not my must-win. But again, we're not running well. We've had one run that I've been pleased with so far. And that puts me in a very weird place coming into this race. I normally like to attack this with confidence. This is a horse, though, I think can win, but now all the nerves are kicking in. I don't know some of these horses. Some others look really good. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Couple of foreign horses coming in. Miznap, favourite right now. Good form. Good horse. Can see why top rated at 124. A lot of these grade 2s I like. Okidori is going to be a threat. Dagaman I feel is going to be a threat. We're not lowest rating, but we're pretty far down. We're definitely under-raced compared to everybody else. Wrecking Crew gets a little bit of a nod there. Grade 3. We are looking well, lean and ready to go. I quite like that. I do quite like that. Oh boy. Just jumping in. Just jumping in. I think there's 4 or 5 horses here that I'm slightly concerned about, let's say. We seem to be okay there. Didn't seem to have a terrible start. We're going to join the field at the back on the outside. We've got Wrecking Crew back to Dagaman. Miznap on the inside, the grey and the dark blue silks. Outside him is Papier Mache. Then some of the other horses here. You got 5 in a row. Still some good horses. We are last and detached there for a while. Slowly now making our way up the field. Coming round the turn. 2.5 from home. Phone call will have to wait. We're in good position. 1.5 now driving on. Doesn't look like too many people are making a move to come and catch us. The final furlong. Miznap not doing much. Fickle coming through. Okidori making a case as well. but it's not even close. 7 3/4. Oh. After all that heartache, all that issue that we had in all those races, that's a big win. Let's go. 7 3/4. Did anyone see that coming? I certainly didn't. Not with some of the races we've had today, but it's good. It's real good. It's real good. If we got distance adaptability enough to get down to a mile 1, we should, with that winning distance, we should take the Preakness. And then, who knows, we might be able to even take the Belmont. It's not out of the question, I think. We're in the right stamina for it. We're in the right range of stamina. Yeah, so 121. 121 rated. Second grade 1 win. Just, yeah. And we ran wide. We ran really, really wide. A large field, all 20 runners. We ran wide. Like, I want to watch this again. I want to watch this again. Without the nerves, without anything. Just seeing kind of where we are. Yeah, decent enough start. We're a decent enough start. And then you see that front 4 break off. And then we coalesce down to like 2 lines almost across the track. And we're last. And we're detached. And we're not really looking like there's anywhere really for us to go. And instead of trying to go through the pack too much, I mean, we look here. We decide to stay wide, go round the outside, even though the inside was open. But just pick our own track and pick our own lane. And then by 2 furlongs from home, we're already up in first. And these good horses are all fighting now for second place. Wrecking Crew's currently got it there. And then you look back here, you've got 3 or 4 horses in the battle now, currently at third. And we just come home running on strong. Fickle with a very good run, that foreign horse. Okie Dory, one of my favourites for this. And then Miznap, one of my other favourites, in 4th. Daggerman, not too far behind. And then a bunch of the grade 2s that ran okay. But yeah, that was impressive. Like, that was super impressive. Is that the best Kentucky Derby we've ever run? Like, in all my saves on Starters Order 6 as well? Is it? It might be. I'm honestly not sure. And look at that time. Look at the time, the winning time. We got 2-8-10 from Mandalay King, a very good horse in his own right, a good breeder. Then British Battler came in, 2-5-69. Safranana, 2-5-36. Wrong Bride then, a year we don't compete, back up to 2-7-47. But then 2-5-42 for Tatiana, and 2-5-65 for Adam DeBolio. So what you're seeing is a time in the 2-5s is pretty good. And Safranana's running really quickly here at 2-5-36. But Saffron Fang steps it up. 83. And we ran wide. Imagine if we had the inside and we ran from the front. Imagine the kind of time Saffron Fang might have been able to put up in that one. That's Yeah. That's impressive. For me, that's impressive. Churchill Downs. Race code records. So that'd be what, a mile 2. Okay. So 2:4:62 by Double Dara's the fastest ever time at Churchill Downs in this game. We're very close to that. So we can see that that's a very, very good time. But we're right there. We're right there. Okay. Severina, Siberian Tiger. I like Siberian Tiger. These haven't gone well for us either. I still think they're probably the best. Overall, just sort of results-wise. Just ahead of the Friday auctions. She likes it muddy. The dam is unknown. Siberian Tiger was a good runner. Still breeding. Cold it again. Okay. Okay. Not too optimistic. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad either. Maybe worth breeding from. Possibly. It's got the potential. It's got the extra speed. The confidence is low, but that's not too bad. I've got horses that look like this. Who have we got? We got Swedish Chili, Safranana, kind of with some consistency, but not a lot. We got Marie W, of course, with no consistency. And then, would they have low-ish confidence? Safranana had 35 confidence, 70 consistency. So, nearly the same here, and a little bit more consistency. Enthusiasm was 40, and Safranana had 60. So, a little bit behind there on the tertiaries. And of course, Safranana's strengths were elsewhere. So, 80-75, strike a deal, Star Alexa. I don't think it adds anything, but I don't think it's actually bad. So, yeah, let's spend a bit more. It's about 3.5 million there for that pairing. It's 444,000 for the breeding, plus the 3.12. We'll see what comes out of it. Keep an eye on that one. But we haven't had much luck. We haven't had much luck there. And okay, we've got nothing else really in May that I could see. We got Donnell booked, but we're going to be running back-to-back Triple Crown races. Because there just wasn't anything else. So we come straight out of that impressive run. And straight into the next one. I don't mind that. I really don't mind that. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to jump here and see what these winning times are like. So Safranana, low 158s. Tatiana, low 158s. Marie W, very low 158s. Boring's Glory Lady Defeat, the 2s. And Alexagon was a 2 as well. So, it's kind of our target is 158. If we can run in the 158, and Saffron Fang might be in a good position. What's the record as well? So it'll be 1-1 and change. Yeah, so probably somewhere near that 158 would be the actual one. Okay. Now keep everything crossed, keep praying. We're gonna just go for this. And with some bad races so far, we're gonna hope our luck here holds out strong. We go from 20 in the Derby to 8 in the Preakness. Fickle is back, and so they should be. Miznap's back. Okie Dory's back. The top 4 is here. Perfect Act returns. They didn't run that well. Then Rihanna and Sarah Geneva with the light hand as well. Grade 2s with a grade 3. We'll be top rated just because... not top rated. Top weighted because we're male. Almost top rated. Just... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the who's there. We get 2 tips. We get Fickle, who came second, Miznap, and Okie Dory, who came 3rd and 4th. Yeah. Fickle Lizzie again. We're parading well and fit. Perfect Act looks quite good right now. Miznap is okay. Just okay. Oh, breathe. And here we go. Into the race. The Preakness Stakes. 1 mile, 1 furlong, 110 yards here at Pimlico. Grade 1 and the second of the 3 races entitled the US Triple Crown. We are underway. We're against the rail and we ran out quite nicely there. Looks like Miznap just off to the front there. Back to Rihanna and Perfect Act is against the rail. Light hand, Fickle on our outside. Then we got Okie Dory and Cedar Geneva. There's a chance we could get blocked off. Looks like we're going to find our way all the way up the inside. Just get round the outside of Miznap here on the turn. Coming up now then, the approach to the 2 furlongs. We're going to be side by side crossing that 2 furlong marker. There's 3 towards the back end of the screen. Perfect Act staying up. Miznap staying with us. The final furlong. Saffron Fang's going to drive out. Saffron Fang's going to blow the field away in the final furlong. It's not 7 3/4 lengths, but you know what? It ain't as far off as I thought it was going to be either. 6 3/4. 6 3/4. And what do we say? 158? 157.93, the fastest Preakness ever. Ran in snatches. Ran in snatches. Had to mitigate a field in front of him. I'm used to Safranana being female. But yeah, I'm kind of lost for words here. 121 up to a 128. 10 points for winning the Derby, 7 for winning the Preakness. We're about a mile 2. We may get a mile 3. We got a tiny bit of adaptability. We may be okay for a mile 4. 7 3/4 to win the Kentucky Derby. 6 3/4 to win the Preakness. Surely that's enough for any shortcomings. Surely that's enough. Is this our greatest horse ever? If we get the third one, I'm prepared to say yes. I'm prepared to say yes. Oh, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. We do have Daniel running our little pickup in it, the last auction that we got. Last 2-year-old auction. Grade 3 over 5 furlongs. I mean, if it doesn't win, I don't really care right now. I'm kind of lost in this weird world where we're dominating Triple Crown races. Like, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Up well on the inside. Final furlong. Fight for home. Looks like Miracle Play is going to come through. Looks like a bit of a charge from deep as well, but a decent run. Can't be mad with that one, actually. That's a pretty decent run. Poor start. Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. Up to 80. Not a bad rating. Yeah, I think we gained a little bit of potential. Got filled up there, so solid. Okay. So I think we came into this video in very good spirits with some very good form. But recently we've been seeing a few horses not being able to win. Down Like That came through in style. Saffron Fang came through big time for us. Donnell ran well but didn't win. I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting though that I was really impressed by Down Like That at 3 1/4. And it's one of the only wins we've actually had in this video. But it's also the least impressive win. A Saffron Fang dominates the Kentucky Derby. Dominates the Preakness. And all that's left to look for is the Belmont on the 6th of June. Let's take a quick look at that field, actually. Same horses we've just beaten. Same horses we've beaten quite easily. Breeding Indicator doesn't say a mile 4. Those races don't say a mile 4. Breeding Indicator, those races doesn't say a mile 4. Not a mile 4, no mile 4s. No mile 4s, no mile 4s. No mile 4s, no mile 4s. A mile 3. Okay. Sin Time might have distance. Spartan Dance might have distance. The horses that don't have distance are the ones we just trounced in 2 races. So barring any complications, we're going to be right in the mix for this one. We're going to be right in the mix for this one to finish off in style. Saffron Fang goes again in the Belmont. I'll see you there for that one. It's been a weird video. Poor results to phenomenal endings. And I dare to believe. I'll see you there. Thank you very much for the support. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill by now. And yeah, let me know what you think. How good is Saffron Fang? Is it the best horse we've seen so far? How confident are you that we can win the Triple Crown? Seal it with the Belmont Stakes? And how excited can we be about perhaps breeding that to so many of those good horses? It's going to be weird, but it's going to be fun. Find out with me what we can do in the next one as we start looking towards the end of the season after we seal, hopefully, the Triple Crown and decide on the future of so many of these 3 and 2-year-olds. Possibly put the 4-year-old into the breeding barn end of the season and wave goodbye to the last remaining 5-year-olds. So, let me know what you think. I'll see you soon. Take care, behave, stay safe. And we've got a big one coming up. History in the making.